We'll be back with ATP Tennis.
Event. A new block and cylinder head had to be flown down from Nissan's Kyalami workshops in a last-minute bid to keep championship leader Duval in the running. Ex-Nissan driver Yanni Habik looks down as last-minute adjustments are made to his brand-new Class A Volkswagen Golf Synchro, which he'll drive the smart bets once again. Drawn first in Class A, Hannes Grobler and Douglas Judd prepared to start the 1992 Volkswagen International Rally ahead of a 41-strong field. The Mayor of Oudtshoorn, His Worship Councillor Grief, sends the Nissan on its way to stage 1 on the outskirts of the town. A total of 5 stages in and around Oudtshoorn before a regroup and the long haul through the night to the Bredasdorp-Callenden area. Hannes Grobler and Douglas Judd attack this short stage in the local showgrounds, aware of the pressure Damso will apply right from the start. Cars 1 and 2 share an equally fastest time of 1 minute and 27 seconds on this short, tight stage. But Damso's advantage lies ahead on the faster open roads. Damso's teammates in Class A, Enzo Kuhn and Johan Seeling, get right down to business, this being only their second outing in the four-wheel drive conquest. Enzo's aggressive driving style soon has the crowd on its feet. Yanni Habik and Wiley Harrington are 7th into the stage.
Left. Straight up. Into outside right. Into outside right.
The car, as yet untested under these conditions, does well in the hands of the very capable Habik.
Inside out. Into right. Wash your right. Wash your right. Wash your right all the way.
They finish the stage just 2 seconds off the leader's pace. Serge takes full advantage of the open roads on stage 2, allowing the beefy Conquest to stretch its legs and its lead. Serge finishes the stage in 3 minutes and 16 seconds. The Nissans of Duval and Grobler lose about 8 seconds apiece to the Toyota on stage 2. Hannes Grobler and Douglas Judd on stage 3, a long 27-kilometre stage in the farmlands. The dust being kicked up by the cars hangs heavily in the air. A gentle breeze clears the dust for the drivers, giving no advantage to Grobler and allowing Damso to push the Conquest to its limits. The Duval-Hodgson Sentra picks up a puncture in stage 3, which causes the car to leave the road, damaging the rear suspension, and it drops the team to 14th place on the scoreboard. Sarel van der Merwe needed a gearbox change after the second stage, leaving teammate Glyn Hall to fight at the front of the pack. Still getting acquainted, Yanni Habik in his Synchro Golf in full flight on stage 3. The pace is demanding as the drivers shift through the gears, and Habik is the next Class A car in need of a new set. As the sun sets over the Klein Karoo, it's no surprise to find Serge and Vito leading after 5 stages. But in a great show of form, the second Toyota of Enzo Kuhn and Johan Seeling hold second place, ahead of Sarrel and France, who've battled in the dust, running midfield after their gearbox change. As dawn breaks, some 8 stages later, the order up front remains largely unchanged. Serge and Enzo, running at the head of the field and so escaping the dust problem, have managed to stretch their first and second places to over 2 minutes respectively. The 2 Toyotas show a clean set of heels to the rest of the Class A field. The talents of Van der Merwe and Boshoff have kept their 3rd place intact. But the predicted attack on Enzo's 2nd place by Sarrel was short-lived due to the visibility problem through the night. The big fight, though, is for 4th place, currently in the hands of Johan Evertse and Steve Harding. Their Golf Synchro is having to fight off the Sentra of Hannes Grobler, Glenn Hall and Martin Botha in their Ford Laser, and their teammates Yanni Habik and Wiley Harrington. 7 seconds separates these 4 cars as the positions change from stage to stage. Hannes Grobler's had to keep up the pace with his Sentra rather lacking in the braking department, leaving the car skittish and unpredictable. To make matters worse, Nick Duval and Guy Hodson have fought back from 14th position to join the fight. After 15 stages, they're only 25 seconds off the 4th place battle. Glenn Hall and Martin Botha start stage 16. The team have now taken 4th place from the Evertse Harding Golf, but find their Cosworth motor down on park just when they needed it most. Hannes Grobler doing everything possible to keep the Sentra competitive through the stages, while the service crews battle to find the cause of the Sentra's fading brakes. Yanni Habik finds himself with his Golf presenting typical teething problems on its first event. This keeps the pace competitive as the pack continue to fight for 4th spot on the scoreboard. In a tremendous all-or-nothing effort, Nick throws caution to the wind and takes on the challenge for 4th position. His recovery through the night was a good reason to go for broke, and as many championship points as he can get his hands on. Behind the furious Class A action, the remainder of the rally struggles on. The Golf of Jürgen Snell and Marty Oliver ahead of the slowing Uno in Class B. Stage 18 draws a huge crowd of spectators to a water crossing, easily accessible to the public. The sound of Serge's Toyota soon has the crowd on their feet and ready for action. Avoiding the worst of the water, Serge blasts through the drift with minimum effect. Enzo, on the other hand, hits the water fair and square, giving the crowd what they came to see. Enzo's pace is also spurred on by the fact that Sarrell is pushing for his second place. The older, crafty driver pitted against the young, enthusiastic and highly talented crew. Johan Evertse and Steve Harding slowly slipped down the score sheet. Happy to finish the event in one piece, Johan backs off the pace, retreating from the fight for fourth position. But not so Nick de Waal, who by stage 19 is reeled in the pack and holds fifth place. De Waal has set the fastest time on stages 14, 15, 16 and 18. And here on stage 19, he takes 4 seconds off Glyn Hall, who currently holds fourth place. On stage 19, with the Uno back in its trailer, Jurgens and Marty can cruise to the end unchallenged in Class B. Eric Sanders and Tilo van Westernhagen remain the only Class C car in the rally, lying 9th overall. Class D, on the other hand, has been a dogfight from stage 1. Terry Brandt and Jeff Tyrer lead Frank Lindemann and Gillian Tarleton on the road, but their lead on the scoreboard is a mere 30 seconds. But this fight was to end just 2 stages later, with Brandt off the road and out of contention, giving Lindemann and Tarleton the class lead ahead of Tjaart van der Walt and Jacob van der Linde. Stage 20, and we join Glyn Hall and Martin Botha in their Ford Laser. Aware of the times being set by Nick de Waal and Guy Hodgson, the Ford team head for the 3 forest stages, knowing that the Nissan holds a speed advantage over their Ford. In a last-ditch show of strength, Glyn and Martin win this stage with a time of 4 minutes and 31 seconds, tipping 1 second off Serge's effort. The stages near Crabeau mark an historical return for rallying to the forest roads of the Western Cape. Serge seems equally at home in the forest areas as he was on the fast open stages around Oudtshoorn. Damso's experiencing a slight loss of power in the engine department, but nevertheless the Conquest keeps a cracking pace. Serge has led the rally from the very first stage. Using the dust problem to their advantage, the Toyota team were now in first and second positions, and only major mechanical problems could now rob them of victory. With just 2 short stages remaining, Serge has an easy cruise to the line.
Serge, it's been a fantastic rally so far for you.
Yes, I must say we've had this very sort of a clean event. We had a bit of problem towards the end, you know, the engine's losing power. So we're just making sure we get it to the end.
The prize for effort, however, must go to Nick de Waal and Guy Hodgson in their Sentra.
Nick, a good recovery from an otherwise disastrous start for you.
Yes, as you say, we had a major disaster yesterday afternoon. But we fought right through the night. We fought very hard, been fighting this morning, and we managed to climb from 14th overall to 4th overall at the moment.
The Somerset West and Killarney stages become a mere technicality as Serge Damso brings the Conquest across the flying finish at the end of stage 25. Serge and Vito first won this event in 1985, and this is their 5th win. De Waal clinches 4th place by 15 seconds ahead of Hall, Habik, Grobler and Evertse. Jurgen Snell and Marty Oliver won Class B without much challenge, while the Saunders Toyota remained the only Class C finisher. Frank Lindemann and Gillian Tarleton the Class D winners. And with all 8 Class A cars finishing the event, the stage is set for a humdinger on the Castrol International next month.